folks. Rod here with Self-Educated Entrepreneur, and just going to give a little update and just chime in on a few things I've been doing in a little more detail. Still in the rental truck here, and checked in. They haven't done much, so I think either they're still working or waiting on the module to get in or something. I will find out more tomorrow. I'm hoping that maybe stuff came in and they're going to be moving on it between today, tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday, then get it back Friday for next week. I'd like to do the reveal for y'all. It has been a crazy week, to say the least. I left Sunday morning and got out to Elkins. Started out in Elkins, West Virginia, from Grand Rapids, Michigan, and then I went over to Spencer, West Virginia, down to Roanoke, and then out to Gladdy Hill, Virginia, out towards Martinsville, and then spent the night down there, came back up, hit up Danville, West Virginia, Charleston, and then from Charleston I just slammed it to the floor and got back. Spent last night in Fremont, Indiana, right at the Michigan-Indiana line on 69 there. I ran up the GR, dropped and hooked, grabbed the trailer, and I just covered 4 stops in Ohio: Elyria, Cleveland, Youngstown, and North Lima. And I am between Cleveland and Toledo on my way back, and then I'll have another run on Friday. So I've already got, I'm just over 2,300 miles in already in, 3-4 days. So I've been running pretty good, pretty hard, keeping busy. And I get a lot of people, friends, family, they're like, why do you work so hard? Why do you do that? I enjoy doing this kind of work, you know. Some people enjoy being a doctor or something like that. Like I said, when I started this channel, I worked in healthcare. I took a pause from driving from 1986. At 2001, I went off to school. I worked in healthcare for 10 years, and in retrospect and looking back, it's always going to be my biggest regret. I should have took that time that I was in college and spent all that money and chiropractic school and all that. I should have just went in, re-upped and got certified back into welding, and probably specialized. If I was going to do anything in the mechanic side, I would have went to CAT school, heavy CAT equipment to CAT engines. So there's several ways I could have went with this, or my 4-year degree, instead of having it in healthcare, I could have just went in as a mechanical engineer. So as I told my wife today, as I was coming across just to give her an update that I'm going to be back early tomorrow morning, I said, this thing's always come natural for me for driving truck, and I'm damn good at it, and it's what I know how to do without having to have schooling and all that. I just jumped in, took off, figured it out as I went at a young age, and here I am. So I am good at this, but there's other things I want to venture into in life, because I don't want this to be the be-all, end-all job to go to retirement. I don't plan on retiring. I plan on cash flowing with businesses, and that's where I'm leading this into. So of course I'm taking classes right now on how to swing trade and do options and buying and selling, getting into options, buying and selling puts and calls, all that jazz. Learning how to buy and sell on the market, on the stock market in a swing trade, not like a day trader. So like the 200-day moving average and the 9-day moving average. Watching your highs and lows, stuff like that. Been taking notes, so I've been doing that while I've been home. It's too hard to try to work on those classes while in the sleeper of the truck. And I got real estate courses, fundamentals of real estate, markets, cycles, and all that jazz. I've got that up on the docket. And then I've got business classes still lingering to get done, and my AMSOIL classes it's to get certified through AMSOIL, and then they'll help you get they'll allot you so many customers, so you start cash flowing and working with these people. So I've got my hands in a lot of things, and I love doing that. I just can't see how people could just work 8 hours, come home, I'm tired, sit at the bar, drink alcohol, jazz like that, and kill their body. I'm still going pretty damn good out here for being 57. And I get out of the truck. We have a lift gate on here. I'll show you all that when we do the reveal. So, I hand unload commercial appliances and all that jazz. So I keep pretty motivated with that, exercise-wise. Now, with all the classes I'm doing, the other thing I'm doing is my personal investment side, and what that is. And I'm going to flip the camera here, give you a little take before it gets too dark out here. Flip the camera here, and basically, you're going to be stuck looking at GB Hunt. I don't think there's much more you can see, but that's pretty much the layout. I am at one of the travel plazas just going westbound on the Ohio Turnpike. I like these travel plazas at the Ohio Turnpike because they offer you free showers. So you can get free hot shower at any one of these in the state of Ohio. Like Indiana does not offer it in their toll plazas. But my personal investments are, I put a cash value whole life on my wife, which we'll be able to pull cash out of that, and probably the maturity on that would be 10 years out. I am setting up an index universal life, and it's not an investment. These are not investments. Remember this, because man, Dave Ramsey goes off. Dave Ramsey is a good financial guru or a spending therapist. He's a good spending therapist. Financial guru, he is not. And I don't care. He can do what he wants. I do what I want to do because I'm looking at things 20, 30 years down the road on my investments. So take that so you understand why I say what I'm going to say. But my life insurance for me, we're going to be dumping a lot of the money into that because it's going to have a quicker growth, but I'll be able to take any capital I get instead of, like, let's say you inherit money or you get some capital gains on something, sell a house, whatever that may be that has value. Instead of putting that in a bank where now the banks have been doing, I don't want to say bank runs. People's money's been coming up missing across the board on many banks. Not so much have been hearing it on the credit unions. Some, but very few. But like Wells Fargo and Bank of America has just been notorious for it for well over a year, where they're just like people are putting huge funds in, and all of a sudden they're just taking the funds and like, well, you don't deserve that money, and they're losing it. So I don't get that, but I'm going to hedge it so it's in that IUL, so the money will flow through there. I set it up as an infinite banking. When I pull that money out of my IUL, I want to arbitrage that money in a good spread. And I'm only going to use that, and I listen to Cal over there at Better Wealth on YouTube. The big thing is so if my control rate is 3% or 5%, to pull that money out and utilize it, like in my 401k, I've already arbitraged some money out of that, and I look at it and it's a 3% control rate for that money. So therefore, I want to get a spread. I look at, if it's controlled at 3, I want to at least get between 9 and 12 on the spread. I wouldn't want to go under 8. But, that's the stuff I'm doing right now. And that's basically what I'm going to do with the IUL as it's building up. I want to have liquid assets sitting on the sideline. And I will only pull that money as long as I can arbitrage between 2 and 3 times more than my control cost. So, say on that, if the control cost is 5, I want to be able to get at least, 12 to 15. So, whatever the investment may be, or stuff like that. So, we've got the 2 life insurances. I am looking at, or I have got locked down a self-directed IRA. That way, the difference between the self-directed and the Roth is, the Roth, you're only limited to what they tell you what you can put into, like Vanguard, a hedge fund, stuff like that, some bonds, maybe some stocks, I don't know. I don't really get in. I just put right now we've just been putting in very little on the Roth. The self-directed, I can go in, I build it out. I'll just get with my officer of that company, and we're going to sit down, and what I want to do is put it into an array of stuff such as commodities, tangible assets, energy stocks, whether it's oil, propane, natural gas, electricity. It could be metals, gold, silver, platinum, so whatever that may be. But you can, the big thing is I don't want to invest in ETFs and all this other paper trades and stuff, that can just be poof up in smoke. So I want to do that, the Roth, the 2 life insurance. Boy, I'm having a blank there. And the 5th one, and it's going to resonate with me in a second, but we're also, of course you want to stack metal. We're vaulting ours. So, and like I said, I want many, many ways to invest. I just don't want, like, so many people, like, they've worked, and I've been listening for the last few years, listening to the rhetoric out there. A lot of people are like, I put in my 30 years or my 25 years, I get my pension, and they're on a fixed income. And that's the one thing, I've been hearing, and I sat my wife down and I said, everyone's like, yeah, I'll be able to pull the plug at 62, or, once they hit 59 and a half, 60, then they can pull their pension out of their job, leave their job, pull the pension, then wait, and then Social Security comes down the road later. But they're on a fixed income. What I am working towards is to be cash flowing well into my 80s and 90s. I just want to always be cash flowing so that I've got my e-commerce businesses and my swing trading. I'm just going to have my hands in other things. I can sit at the computer and just be the middleman, be someone that's just there. I can still be active working like a Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett in their late 90s, and they're still working, they're still cash flowing, making money. And that's how my inspiration or my mentor was. I'm not a big mentor like Warren Buffett's the be-all, end-all, but his work ethics. And it's just not going to retire. I won't have to work as hard. I'm going to work smarter and not so much physically harder, but I want to be able to understand and work more towards leveraging money I have into, arbitraging it and getting a spread to make more money back, whether it's dividends, interest, what have you. That's how I want to do it. So I just want to give you some insight. So I've been working on all that. Had some details last weekend. I've got a maintenance ceramic. I've been just brouhahaing around right now. So, anyhow, I'm always going and going and going. But I'm doing stuff productively. I didn't even sit down and watch any of the football games last weekend. I caught the scores Monday morning when I got going early in the morning. To be honest, I can't sit down and watch TV unless I'm not feeling good, or I'll just sit down and everyone in the house knows if I sit on the couch, I'm pretty much going to flip through something. They're like, you'll never make it through opening credits and you'll be passed out. So, but I also do a balance with just my wife. We don't sit and just spend time binge watching TV. And that's the other thing too. We're going to get some video, but I don't know. I can't put it on YouTube, but I may have to put it over on the Facebook page or somewhere, or the Rumble page for this. We have guns and stuff that we go to the range and, you know, we practice and we shoot and get better. And we got more classes coming up there. I got my CPL class and some defense classes. So I've got that already coming up. I've got to check with the lady and see if she's got us scheduled for the CPL class so we can start carrying those come this summer down to our other place. And so yeah, I was going to say I'm busy with something else. And that's the thing is, what's interesting is now that I'm, you know, working towards the CPL, I already took my basic pistol class, but get talking with guns with a lot of my customers and other people. Boy, is that a great subject, because I can't believe how many people are using their Second Amendment right. And I think you should too. And if you're not a believer of it, I'm going to tell you now, just like the instructor said, put a gun on the table and he goes, is that gun dangerous? Not until you pick it up in your intent. So if you're a nefarious person, mentally unstable, that gun then has a bad intent because of the person behind it. No different than in this semi-truck or in a car. They're safe until someone has either got road rage or they're going to do something nefarious with it, like, you know, ram it into something as a weapon. So I'm exercising all those rights, my Second Amendment right, and so that's what's going on with us. I just wanted to get an update. Like I said, I'm out here. I'll get back early in the morning. I'll have the whole day at home, get some laundry done, hang out with the wife, dogs, and so on and so forth. Friday I'll be out for a short, probably about a 5 hour day, and then for me 5 hours is like a 5-minute day. So get that done, and then I'll see how next week goes, if I leave on Sunday or not. That's how I'm playing it out right now. If we're busy, if we're slow, what have you. So until next time, folks, stay safe, continue educating. And if it's not with the videos, pick up a book. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, or The Millionaire Next Door. But those are going to be some suggestions I make to you right now. Get out there, get some good fundamentals of just start reading too. Get that peace of mind. Sit in at your dinner nook or somewhere in your house, quiet room, and just take that time to let your body read a book, unwind, unplug from all the electronics. You'll be surprised how well your mentality starts flushing out and you feel healthier here, because then once this starts clicking, all the rest of this falls in line. So until next time, folks, be talking to you soon.